Welcome everyone. We are live. Let me just get my screen share happening here. Entire screen. Welcome everyone. Please introduce yourself down in the chat role. Let me know what's going on. Let's go back up here. Go to present. Excellent. Welcome everyone to the free training Friday. I'm just waiting for it to show up on the page. Make sure everyone can see it. Apparently it's not working. It doesn't want to work anyway. All right, what we might have to do is let's close down that. Let's make sure that Google Hangouts is working. Seems to be working fine. No worries. And yet it doesn't want to work on my other computer, so that's good fun. Let's grab that there and we'll tell everyone in Jamesland that it's not working. Well, this is a lesson for everyone, is to test your content and make sure it works before you. Oh, see, it doesn't want to work there, but it's working everywhere else, right? Okay. All right, well, let's get back into it. People can jump in and people can catch the replay. Welcome, guys. Thanks so much for joining in and showing up. Let me know in the chat role where you're hanging out from. You can sign in just using Facebook and Twitter. Just give me a little hoy that you can hear me okay, and we'll get diving into the training. One of the reasons I wanted to create this training was I found a lot of people had already produced a lot of amazing content on their blog. They spent years and months and creating all this stuff that is really great content. And when it comes to video, a lot of people are concerned, well, how do I translate that into video? I don't want to spend a lot of time reinventing the wheel and making all this new content for video when I've got all this existing content. And that's 100% valid argument. 100%. So that's exactly what this training is for. This training is for people to really just figure out a way to repurpose the blog content they've already developed and turn that into videos. And I'm going to share with you today my ultimate video framework that's going to make producing video for you guys super simple. And that's really the reason why I wanted to create this training, is because I wanted to show you this ultimate video framework, this framework that I've used to create so many videos and make my videos highly engaging. So what are we going to cover this morning? Well, we're going to cover the ultimate video framework. As I said, we're going to transform our blog post into video. I'm going to show you a spreadsheet that I've developed that you can easily use to transform your existing blog posts using the ultimate video framework into video. And it's going to be super simple for you. And also, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a video challenge, and that's to create an About Me video. Now, this training doesn't go for long. It only goes for 30 minutes. The reason is because I don't want to take up too much of your time. Your time is valuable, and I want to make sure that you get the most value out of this 30 minutes. So that's why. short, sharp, to the point, and we're going to get into it. All right. So what is the Ultimate Video Framework? The Ultimate Video Framework is something that I created because I wanted to make sure I could create something. When I created my videos, I wanted them to have some consistency across my creation. I didn't want to just one day get a thought and do a video this way, and then maybe do a video that way, and maybe do a video this way. I wanted to have something that was consistent, because on YouTube and also in video, consistency wins. So by having this framework, I could easily replicate any content that I had, whether that be existing blog posts, whether that be new ideas, and replicate it into a framework that was easy to shoot, easy to edit, and easy to release. So that's really why I created this framework. It's incredibly valuable. I actually am going to sell this as a course. So if you think this is valuable, please let me know. Tell me that this makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, just tell me again. So that's all good. Let's move on to the next part. So the Ultimate Video Framework, what does it consist of? Well, it consists of 5 headings. It's the premise, the problem, the example, the solution, and the call to action. Now, with these, you're going to create basically dot points. These are your overarching headings. If you were to create headings on a page, these would be the headings, and then you would write content in between them. So with the premise, I'll explain this one a little bit because it so often confuses people. The premise is designed to set the stage. If you think about in comedy, when comedians tell a joke, they don't just rush into the joke. They don't jump in and go, oh, and then the Scotsman said blah blah blah. They actually, set the stage. An Irishman, an Englishman, and a Scotsman walked into a bar. So by using the premise to set your video in the first instance, when people view your video and people jump in and say, what's this video about? They can immediately get an idea of what you're going to be talking about. Next up is the problem. Obviously, we want to tell the people what we're going to solve, why they're here, the exact problem that they've obviously searched for something and come across our videos. If we're on YouTube or if we're on Facebook, they still want to know what we're talking about. So outlining the problem in a clear, concise manner that gets people on the same page. We want them to understand that, yes, I do have this problem. Well, I better hang around and find out how to fix it. So clearly articulating this problem is the best possible way. Making it super simple for them to understand, making it super simple for them to get is just incredibly important in this instance. I'm still trying to click anything and I can't click anything on my page. I must have some issues with regards to an old computer. Anyway. So the example, again, we've given the problem, we've given it in a clear, concise manner. Now we want to make sure that we're giving an example. I like to give a personal example where possible. This is a reason because I'm trying to build trust with as many of my audience as possible, and I don't need them not trusting me. I need people to understand who I am. I need people to understand that I go through the same struggles as them. And this is where the example comes in. And this is why I believe you should use a personal example. The personal example just builds your credibility. It builds your trust. It builds your authority and shows that you have grown from that problem and you've overcome that problem. And that's when your audience falls in love with you. So using a personal example is really important, but also an example of this problem that really cements the problem into the mind, and they understand, yes, this is a problem in my life. I need to fix it. How can I fix it? James, please tell me how I fix it. And that's when we launch into the solution. The solution is really the key to the video. This is the meat. This is the bit that they come for. This is the bit that they hang around for. So the solution is so without using the word solution, your fix to the problem. Maybe you're teaching people how to create awesome videos using the Ultimate Video Framework. That's your solution. So using the solution, making it punchy, making it simple, making it easy to follow is really, really important for your audience. And really, you should probably be spending the most time on the solution because that's what they came for. And finally, the call to action. You can't have a video without a call to action. So you noticed when you jumped into this training, the call to action is we're going to do an About Me video challenge. It's getting you to do something. It's getting you to take action on the stuff that you've learned in this training. So how can you implement a call to action that takes the problem that they have using your solution to achieve X? So that's really what the call to action is about. That's how you should use it. And that's really the reason why it's there. So that's the 5 pillars of the Ultimate Video Framework. If you can hear me or you're enjoying this, please let me know. Looking forward to bringing some more training to you every Friday. But in the meantime, let's keep rolling on because your time's valuable. So let's jump into this one. Then this is turning blog posts into video. So in this one, we're going to take the Ultimate Video Framework again, but I'm going to show you a spreadsheet that I use all the time. Let's just make sure that we've got some Q&As here. Excellent. Okay, so this spreadsheet I developed basically so you can take the Ultimate Video Framework and instantly turn it into a blog post, or take your blog post and instantly turn it into a video, I should say. So right now, we've got a blog title. So this is just a blog I wrote the other day. Focus on what you don't want to get, so you focus on what you do to get what you do. It's a tough title. Now, the blog thesis is your main point. The blog thesis is something that when I come to your blog, this is what I'm going to pick up on. The one point that I'm going to walk away from your blog post knowing. So the blog thesis is really important to someone, and it's incredibly. It should be easy to pick out. So write down your blog thesis. There's a reason for this because it's going to keep us on track when we develop the next 6 points. So just in Google Docs, all I've done is enter the text. And then the premise, I'm going to say, well, okay, so my blog thesis is future vision again. Okay, so my thesis, do you ever find that your future vision can become blurry? Do you find it hard to focus on what you want from the future? And what you don't want to do in life. Okay, so there's the premise. There's 3 questions in the premise, 3 points. Whenever I create the Ultimate Video Framework, I'm using a framework to create a video, I always go with 3 points. So then I've outlined my 3 points. So translating this into video would be something along the lines of, do you ever find that your future vision can become blurry and you just lose sight on what you want from the future? Perhaps you just know exactly what you don't want in life. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can focus on what you don't want to get what you do. And that would be the premise. I've clearly articulated what the video is going to be about. I've clearly articulated what people can expect from my video, and all from 3 points. So the next bit is running onto the problem. So you just continue to fill these out until you have your video. And this builds your video. It's just a matter of taking these points and turning into something that you can understand and that you can basically articulate and people can follow along with. So fill this out. You can have as many points as you want. I recommend 3 because we don't want it to be too confusing. You don't want it to be too long-winded. Keeping your videos as short as possible is really the most important part. So only have 2 to 3 points in each one. And then if you need to write a script, you can take these 2 or 3 points and write out a script before you launch your video, before you actually record your video. So, but these are really just your guiding principles or guiding points. If you were going to write an essay for a university essay, you would always sort of outline. This is really the outline for your video. If you need to build on it further, you can always build on it further. But really taking your blog thesis, your blog title, and the content already, and just adding the key points from your blog post into each section is really going to give you a solid outline launch your video, to record your video, to share your video and make it engaging and build authority with your audience. All right, how are we going? Screen sharing, excellent. We're running on time. I'm really enjoying this. I hope you guys are getting a lot out of this. I know I am, and I really enjoy presenting this sort of stuff to you. So thank you very much for joining me, whether you are watching live or watching on the replay. Thank you so much. And please, any feedback, I welcome it. So the About Me video challenge. Now, before we get into this, I want to go back a second. On the sign up page, I told you that I was going to show you how using video on your blog post can increase SEO benefits. I recently read a blog post and I've done a little bit of research on this. Embedding a blog post is going to increase your on-page session time, which is when I come to your blog post, it's how long I hang around for. Studies have shown that by increasing your on-page time, even by a few minutes, increases your Google ranking for that particular content. Because when Google looks at SEO, they look at relevancy to that particular search term. So if people are searching for that term and they're spending more time on your page, it obviously means that you are highly relevant. You've created highly relevant content. So by leveraging the blog post content you've already developed, turning it into a video, embedding that video on the blog post, you're automatically increasing on-page session time, which means that people are going to stick around longer, which means you're going to rank higher in Google, and that is always a win. So that's one of the SEO benefits to using video on your blog posts, and also using this framework to instantly, basically it should take you about 10 minutes to take your existing blog post and turn it into a video outline. Then it's just a matter of piecing it together and filming, which isn't hard at all. So wrapping up, we've got 10 minutes to run. The About Me video challenge. What is the About Me video challenge? Well, the About Me page on your blog post is probably one of the most visited pages on your website. Go and have a look at your analytics. It's probably one of the most visited pages. People are naturally curious. They want to know about you. They want to know what you do, who you are, where you come from. So why not leverage the Ultimate Video Framework and turn your About Me video, or your About Me page, into a video? And one of the other reasons I like to do this one is because people naturally like to talk about themselves. So I challenge you to create an About Me video. Take your existing About Me page, use what I've shown you here, the premise, the problem, the example, the solution. Now, you may be thinking, well, how do I use an example? Excuse me. How do I use an example? How do I use a problem? Well, you talk about an example of where you've come from, an example of how you've learnt this information that you're going to be sharing on your blog. Talk about the information or the problem that you solve for the majority of your clients. Talk about the benefits to reading your blog over the next blog. Talk about all this other stuff that you know is important and you know is good, and that why people should hang around on your blog. So use the video framework to outline the points why people should come. What's the solution? Well, they should go and read page X on your blog. Or they should go and read this blog post. And you can always, using YouTube, put those into YouTube cards or little annotations and get people and direct people to those pages. I'd highly suggest turning those into videos first so you increase your session time, but you can leverage everything that you've written already using that Excel spreadsheet or the sheets that I showed you, and also using the framework and developing that into something that is great, that keeps people around, that keeps people engaged, and it helps build authority. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to send me your video. So you would have got an email letting you know that this training was taking place, and you can just reply to that email. If you don't have it, it's hello@jameschew.me, and send me an email and show me your video. Now, the reason I want to see this is because the video that I think is really, really great, I'm going to work with you one-on-one for a month, and I want to help you turn the rest of your videos the rest of your blog posts into videos, and I want to help you really start using video in your business to attract more sales and more leads and build authority and credibility and trust with your audience. So there you have it. That's the About Me video challenge. If you struggle with it, please let me know. Send me an email. Tell me what you're struggling with and why you're struggling with it. That way we can sort of stem, is it something that is fixable? Is it something that we need to work with you more one-on-one? All this sorts of stuff. But together, I think we can do some great stuff. And again, send me your video, because then, you go in the running to do some one-on-one coaching with me. I'm really excited about that. And I really hope that you've learned at least just a little bit from this training today. I do have a couple of downloads for you. So if you go to jameschew.me/free FTF, F for Freddy, T for Thomas, F for Freddy 1, that's where you can get some downloads. That'll be the ultimate video framework in a PDF download. It goes into a lot of depth, but also what we've covered today. Also, that spreadsheet I just showed you this morning, and you can also download these slides if you need to. So all of that is available if you go to jameschew.me/FTF1. In the meantime, I hope you have an awesome day. I know it's Thursday afternoon in most parts of the world, or early Friday morning in some others. So I hope you have a wonderful day. If you like this training, please feel free to share it around and let people know that, this stuff has helped. If it hasn't helped, please send me the feedback. Tell me why it hasn't helped. I want to know. But, I really hope this helps. I truly believe in this framework, and I believe that you can do video too. So good luck. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I will see you next week for Free Training Friday number 2.